friends and fam, Chloe here. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button below. I'd like to welcome you, and please hit that little notification bell so you know that when I upload a new video that you'll get notified for it. I'm going to jump right into it today because James K. Polk was our 11th president, and he did quite a few things. And as you know, I can't video record for more than 19 minutes, actually 18 minutes, 18 and a half minutes roughly. So I don't care how I look today because we have a major winter storm going on outside. But we're going to talk today about James K. Polk. I'm going to give you a little snippet here. I'm going to talk kind of fast, so I apologize for that. Hopefully you guys can all keep up. And I want to say hello to Star Shadow, who is now my virtual student today because she and I are doing a video chat right now, although she's not paying much attention over there. Okay, so James Knox Polk was the 11th president of the United States, serving from 1845 to 1849. He previously was Speaker of the House of Representatives and Governor of Tennessee. A protege of Andrew Jackson, he was a member of the Democratic Party and an advocate of Jacksonian democracy. So let's take a look and see what James K. Polk looked like. It's a black and white photo, so that's what he looked like. And I think the reason that YouTube is not saving the pictures is because there is a disclaimer under the pictures that say that there may be a copyright infringement thing. So that's probably why it's not saving it as my thumbnail. Okay, so Star Shadow needs to pay attention. Okay, so James K. Polk, as I said, served from 1845 to 1849, and his vice president was George Dallas. It started out talking about the Irish potato famine, and if you want to know more about the Irish culture, Michael Flatley did a show called Celtic Tiger, and it talked a little bit about the Irish potato famine. So what it said about this was that it forced huge waves of starving immigrants to the U.S., and it sparked anti-Catholic nativist backlash during that time. So that's when the Irish started immigrating to the U.S. to get away from the English that were preventing them from having their potatoes, and they had a starvation problem. So June 25th, 1845, discouraging the Mexican invasion, Polk ordered General Zachary Taylor, who later became our president, to move his troops from Fort Jessup in Louisiana to near the Rio Grande. July 1st, 1845, Manifest Destiny. New York Democrat John L. O'Sullivan, speaking of the Irish, okay, I can never read my writing, accuses opponents of the Texas annexation, I thought we were done with that, of limiting greatness and checking fulfillment. The term Manifest Destiny becomes the label used to expand its territory and institutions. October 10th, 1845, Naval Academy opens. Secretary of the Navy George Bancroft opens the academy in Annapolis, Maryland. Okay. December 29th, 1845, Texas becomes a state, and it was a slave state and the 28th state to enter the Union. February 4th, 1846, the Mormon migration to Utah. It was led by Brigham Young, and I believe there was later a university named after him. I didn't even know that was a person. I thought it was just a name to... I didn't know. I thought Brigham was maybe like a city somewhere. Brigham Young, I don't know. Shows what I know, huh? I'm learning a lot with you guys. Okay, so May 13th, 1846, the war with Mexico. General Zachary Taylor and his troops clash with Mexico on the northern bank of the Rio Grande. June 14th of 1846, Bear Flag Revolt. 30 American settlers take over small Mexican garrison in Sonoma, California. And they declare California a free and independent republic. Okay, I thought I turned down the volume on this. Excuse me a second here. Somebody's texting me. Okay, June 15th, 1846, the Oregon Treaty established the 49th parallel, the border between British and American claims in the Oregon Territory. It grants U.S. clear title to present-day Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and Montana. The British territory was above the 49th parallel, and they had full control over Vancouver Island. July 29th, 1846, the Tariff of 1846. It's called the Walker Tariff after the Secretary of the Treasury, Robert J. Walker. It lowered the rates between revenue-only levels. August 3rd, 1846, the River and Harbors Bill, vetoed due to it being unconstitutional by Polk, and would have modified federal-funded internal improvements. August 6, 1846, Independent Treasury Law. It was a constitutional treasury, is what it was called, and it was an integral part of Polk's domestic agenda. August 10th, 1846, the Smithsonian Institute was established. Didn't know that either. November 1st, 1846, the Whig Party regains the majority of the House of Representatives. December 28th, 1846, Iowa becomes a state, so now we're gaining more states into the Union. It was the 29th and free state in the Union. February 26, 1847, Mexico was defeated. Taylor defeats the Mexicans under General Santa Anna, and the battle... I was expecting a laugh out of you, Star Shadow. Santa Anna and at the Battle of Buena Vista, and it propels Taylor to the Whig nomination for president in 1848. Somebody's not paying attention over there. You need to turn off your TV. July 23rd, 1847. Yeah, see, I call you out. July 23rd, 1847, the Mormons arrive in Salt Lake City. September 14th, 1847, Scott takes Mexico City. General Winfield Scott takes the city and demands of President Polk, to sign the Treaty of Peace. January 24th, 1848, gold is discovered in California. So guess what that means? James Marshall discovers gold near Sacramento, California, which is up near San Francisco, for those of you that don't know your geography. And the California Gold Rush begins. And it allows territory to become a state, the California Territory to become a state. Although it doesn't make it a state at this point. And there were debates over whether it should be a free or a slave state. February 2nd, 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. It ends the Mexican War, and it grants the U.S. territories of a large amount of California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, Utah, and Wyoming. May 29th, 1848, Wisconsin becomes a state, so our neighbors to the east. And it's the 30th and a free state of the Union. So now we've only got 20 states left to go for it to be the 50 states. July 12th, 1848, Seneca Falls Convention. Elizabeth Cady Smith, C-A-D-Y, Stanton, not Smith, and Lucretia Mott hold the Women's Rights Convention in Seneca Falls, New York. And it was called the Declaration of Sentiments, and it calls for women's suffrage. So that's where the women's suffrage comes from. For those of you that watched Friends and Phoebe says something about suffrage, and it sounds like it's a bad thing, but it really wasn't. I don't know I didn't do any research on suffrage, so I don't know what it's all about. I can certainly put that in if you want to leave your comments below in a later video. November 1st, 1848, Democrats regain the majority of the House of Representatives. So now it switches from the Whigs back to the Democrats. Kind of like the Democrats and Republicans these days. Okay, so November 7th, 1848, Zachary Taylor is elected as the 12th president. March 3rd of 1849, the Department of Interior created the the Department of Interior was created, and it combined the General Land Office, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Pension Office, the Bureau of Census, and the Patent Office into one department. March 5th, 1849, Zachary Taylor is inaugurated. Thought I had more on that. So that was everything that happened during Polk's time. So in the last couple presidents, minus the one that was only in office for a month, there wasn't a lot of new states that were coming to be part of the Union. So now we're gaining more states. So the country is expanding and more states are being added to the Union. So we're up to 30 states now out of 50. And from what I understand, in recent days, holy cow, I can't even see across the highway. I'll show you outside in a second. From what I understand, they're trying to make Puerto Rico, I don't know if they're going to make it an actual state. I mean, I know it's part of the U.S. territories. I think they're trying to get it to become a state. So like the 51st state is what I understand. I'll have to look that up, and that probably will be during Trump's presidency, which at this point, because he's still president, they don't have any information on this website about him. So that's today's lesson. Star Shadow was kind of one of my virtual students here, even though she's watching TV at the time. That's why I keep looking over that way. That's where my computer is, and I can see her from here. So I'm watching you. Okay, so being that it's Christmas week, I know all of you don't celebrate Christmas, but I do. Minnesota right now is under, or the Twin Cities, is under a winter storm warning. And so for the end of this video, I just want to give you a glance outside my window to show you what it looks like. It looks horrible outside. So if you live in a state that doesn't have snow, here's your snow. I don't know how well you'll see because I've got ice on my window, ice droplets on my window. So not sure how much time I have left. Oh, I've got plenty of time. I went through that list a lot quicker than I thought. So this is what it looks like outside. That looks horrible. I know this is supposed to be about presidential highlights. Now, beyond that wall, for those of you that don't know, there is a highway. And I don't know if you can see past the icicles and through the snow blowing, but once in a while I can see headlights, just headlights of cars driving really super slow. This road here is in front of our building, and then once in a while, if I'm lucky, you might be able to see a car that goes from here behind the wall. That's the on-ramp to the highway. So we are expecting about 5 to 6 inches of snow. That car is on our road, so you can see how bad the visibility right now is, like a quarter mile. And you can see some of the people have come out and scraped off their cars a little bit. This is what we do in Minnesota. I don't know if you can tell on that white truck that the wiper blades are up on the thing. That's to prevent the wiper blades from freezing to the windshields. So we usually put our windshield wipers up when we know there's a winter storm. I did not, because I'm parked up front and there was no way I was going to be going outside in this cold weather, because it started out being 30 degrees, and by the time we're done with this tonight, the temperatures are dropping drastically throughout the day. So we're only going to have like 9 degrees tonight. Right now it says it's 22, but it feels like it's 2 degrees outside. So wind chill's a factor as well. So tomorrow we will be talking, I will be combining 2 different presidents in tomorrow's video, because the one president only served for 1 term. So all I have written down right now is the 12th president was Zachary Taylor. So we'll be talking about him. And I think Millard Fillmore becomes the 13th president, because he was Taylor's vice president. So I've been told by some people that history teachers don't really teach much about our history as much anymore. I mean, the distant history. the way that I'm teaching you about our president. So hopefully you guys are finding this educational, entertaining, enlightening, hopefully. I did this because of Hamilton. Thanks, Lin-Manuel. So, hey, Star Shadow, I am not giving away my shot. But you'll be back. She's probably laughing. I can't really see her. Her face is kind of shadowed a little bit. So anyway, Star Shadow, I just had to call you out. You knew that. And she's watching it live, so now when she goes back, all she has to do is comment on the video. She doesn't have to watch the whole thing, because she saw it, pretty much the whole thing. She hates this weather too. So anyway, I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas this week. Stay safe, stay healthy. And we'll see you tomorrow for Zachary Taylor. I likely will not be doing a video on Friday because it is Christmas. I will not be home most of the day. I'll be celebrating with my children. So there will probably, most likely, not be a video on Friday. So the next video after tomorrow will be on Saturday. Alright, so we'll see you tomorrow for the 12th President, Zachary Taylor. You guys have a sunny day. Class is dismissed.